Hello there and welcome to the very first video of 2020 for me, and a happy new year to every single one of you that watched this video. Genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely hope every single one of you, if you have targets, whatever they want to be or whatever you want to accomplish or do this year, just go ahead and do it. Whatever you want to do, no matter if people want to put obstacles in your way or if people want to oppose you and put you down for trying to do something, get rid of those people and just keep on keeping on and do what you want to do. Because to be honest, that is literally the only way you're ever going to be happy in life. Go forward and do things that you want to do, because the last thing you want to do, I already have a few of these in my life and I never thought I would have, which is regrets. You know, things that you should have been able to do and you just haven't gone and done them, either because of other people or pressures or doubts that people plant in here. Go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. And I know that this is a match preview for Liverpool versus Sheffield, but I needed to start with that video. I really need to start with that at the start of the video, because it's a message that I am fully behind and have experience in not fulfilling things that I really wanted to go ahead and do. You know, if I, for one example I will give you, if I was, you know, didn't have doubts planted in my mind or anything like that, I'd probably still be a teacher today, but I'm not. So that is just one of those things. Not going to elaborate on it further because it doesn't need to be, but go ahead and do whatever you want to do in life, because that will make you happier than trying to follow the path of someone else. Now, Liverpool versus Sheffield United, from one difficult match into another, it's just going to carry on exactly the same as 2019, in my opinion. Not in the fact that we're going to go ahead and win every single game, which we haven't done so far in the Premier League. We have got a draw, which was Manchester United, but one draw, 18 wins out of 19 games. It's pretty impressive. It is. Let's be fair, it is pretty damn impressive. You know, I think the only team to maybe match that was City's first title winning season under Guardiola, I think, where they got like the 100 points or whatever it was that they got. I think that is the only time where that have matched what we're doing right now. Could be wrong. Someone else might have matched it in previous years, but I'm not entirely sure. But how difficult is this match going to be? If you remember, we played Sheffield away. So we're at home. You would like to think that home advantage. We always seem to do a little bit better at home. Sometimes that's not the case. I remember us against Genk. We won 2-1, whereas away we won 4-1. There are instances where it doesn't always come off, but I always prefer us. I'm a bit more confident when we're at home, when we're at Anfield, because it's just a different kettle of fish. For teams that haven't really been to Anfield, and I don't remember the last time Sheffield have come to Anfield in recent years, or at least over the years, since they were out of the Premier League or anything like that, I think it could end up being a little bit like a cauldron for Sheffield. I think the fans are going to be well up for it. If we're into the new year, everyone, just about everyone, if you avoid going on Twitter, just about everyone is buzzing on positivity for Liverpool. Everyone is really up for every single game that we want to see us compete in. And this game is going to be absolutely no different, honest to God. Because I think after this game, and I just want to have a check on this one as well, is, if you don't press the right button, have we got the FA Cup after Sheffield? Which would then mean we've got it's the Merseyside derby. I think we might have. Have we indeed? It is, yes. So after this game, we play again on Sunday. So this game against Sheffield takes place on Thursday. Then we play against Everton on Sunday in the FA Cup. And then, yeah, it's Tottenham after that. But it is slated to be Minamino's debut against Everton, which could be pretty electric, let's be fair. I don't know why he can't feature against Sheffield. Not entirely sure on that one, or whether he could. Who knows? But he probably won't feature until Everton, so we're not going to include him in the match preview for this one just yet. So, coming into this game though, Sheffield aren't doing too badly. Sheffield right now are, when you look at the table of VAR decisions, they are at the bottom of decisions that go against them in a negative way, that take things away from them. and put things for their opposition team on them that give them an advantage against Sheffield. Like the Man City game that they played recently, I did watch most of it, and then I caught the rest of it, the highlights on Match of the Day. It was really unfortunate. Like that offside was very similar to the Wolves offside, where they equalised against us, but it was taken away from them. It was very, very slight, very, very slight, and that is where VAR needs to have an overhaul as well. But then in the same instance, or not the same instance, Man City were 1-0 up, and there was a passing move in the midfield, like gathering some pace. Someone had passed it, it hits and deflects off the referee into the path of a Man City player, which then literally led to a goal. I didn't think that was allowed to happen. I genuinely didn't think that was allowed to happen. And then there's been other instances for Sheffield where I think one was against Tottenham, where they had a perfectly good goal, again, for ever so slight, like whatever it was that was offside or something in the build-up, or whatever, just again, whatever it was. It was very, very slight, and they seem to be the hardest done-by team in the Premier League, and I'm not being sarcastic when I say that. It might sound like it, but I'm genuinely not. They are the hardest done team by VAR, and they're going to be looking at coming against Liverpool and looking at what happened to us with us against Wolves and being like, it's just going to be another case of VAR and all this lot. But I just hope it just ends up being a good match. Obviously, I hope that we win it, but I just don't want it to be overshadowed again by VAR. If it is, and it's in the right instances, you can't complain about it. But when it's ones like where that Wolves scorer, take away that lad's celebration, he's a young lad, right? He'd scored for Wolves, he's like 19 years old, he was going to have a bit of a mad celebration. Fair play to him, absolutely fair play to him, and I don't criticise him for doing that. To then have all of that celebration, everyone well up for it, and then all of a sudden to have it taken away for having this part of your hand, just this part here, offside, in the build-up to that goal. I don't know, it's harsh. It really is harsh. So, let's get back to the team news though. And we're going to look at what we had in the previous game, which I think we'll probably stick to be honest. So, against Wolves, we played with Adam Lallana in midfield. So, I imagine the only change that might happen is either Lallana stays on the pitch and he stays in midfield, or Naby Keita comes in for Adam Lallana. That is really the only sort of changes that I can see happening. Otherwise, I just see it being the exact same team, which was Alisson, Trent, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Andy Robertson, Gini Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson. Could be Adam Lallana or Naby Keita. Mane, Salah and Firmino. Salah, I still have question marks over. I really do. I still have question marks over at the moment, just because, again, his decision making isn't at the best at the moment, and his taking of shots isn't at the best at the moment. But whether you put Origi or you put Shaqiri in there, they are options, and it also depends on who are they wanting to play in this game that they will not maybe play against Everton. And this is maybe where the Minamino playing against Everton comes in. You could see Salah, Mane and Firmino play against Sheffield, and then you could see Minamino coming in, Divock Origi, Shaqiri, you could see all those lot coming in against Everton in the FA Cup. That could happen. We'll cover Everton in the next preview after this game anyway, but yeah. So Sheffield, in their last game, what did they line up like? Because I haven't done this in a while. I haven't looked at another team's actual layout of how they set up. So against Man City, they've always got a weird way of playing. And I fully applaud it, because it lines up on my screen like a 3-5-2. I don't know if it is a 3-5-2 or whatever, but the centre backs get involved in the play, up front. It's quite something to see, and really difficult to play against. It just is. When we played against them and we got that lucky goal that Gini Wijnaldum scored, I genuinely didn't actually know if we were going to be able to score any other way. Mousse is a massive handful. He was the one who should have got that goal the other day against City. But they've got troublesome players, is very, very good going forward as well. But they all just want to, they literally move. If I'm going to say like a military unit, they literally just move back and forwards together. We attack together, we defend together. And you know what? They're doing actually not too bad. If they were able to pick up the results against Man City, or if they were able to get like a draw or something, they'd maybe even be 6th or 5th in the league. Right now, they sit in 8th, but they are literally, if they were to win another game, they would literally go back into 5th. So they could have, if they'd have won against City or drawn, they would at least be 7th or 6th, something like that. They're doing absolute bits this season, and Chris Wilder has done magnificent things, and he is right to have his team feel like they are being on the back end of all the bad VAR decisions, and hopefully something turns around for them. I'm hoping, obviously, Liverpool come out with a victory in this game, which I think that we can do. Obviously, I really do think we can do it. They're going to cause us problems, though. They are going to cause us massive problems, I think. I'm hoping that we've maybe when we played Leicester the first time this season, it was a struggle, 2-1. But then when we come and face the team again, we come up and we're going to face Sheffield for the second time this season. Hopefully we've learned something, which we will have, because the team the coaching staff and everything like that seems to be really, really good for us right now. Hopefully we do exactly the same, because then we went and beat Leicester 4-0 comprehensively. Hopefully we can do a similar sort of thing against Sheffield. Get the result, get a positive result, and then we can go on into the FA Cup. Result-wise, I think that we can be looking for a 2-0 victory. I really think we could be looking for a 2-0 victory. Clean sheets seem to be a thing that are coming back in for us right now, and I think that we could be good value for getting a 2-0 victory. But let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you think this game is going to go down? The very first game of 2020 for Liverpool. Can we carry on what we've been doing, or will we come unstuck against Sheffield round? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed the very first one of 2020, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you later.